All right, great. Um, so remember, guys. By the way, welcome to another training of Technical Practice. This is our software testing training once more, and we will be looking into a real-world situation where I want you guys to write a test for. Now, as you guys know, I am the software designer and the CEO of pickaxe.com, uh, and we have uh, an issue, or not more of an issue. We have something we have to build, and I want you guys to write tests for it. So we're going to be doing something on this side, but first let's look at the problem. So I wrote a user story. Now the user story says, as a farmer, I want to be able to register medications for multiple pigs at the same time so that this can save me administration time. Now, first of all, you have to understand the context of what we are talking about. So remember, when the context we're talking about in this user story is the context of pickaxe and farmers using pickaxe to manage their pigs. So right now, I want you to switch your mentality to become a farmer. Like switch, like okay, actually, farmers are using this application. Now, what is the farmer saying? The farmer says, I want to be able to register medications for multiple piglets at the same time so that it can save me time. What does he mean by that? Now, I gave here a little bit of context. The context is the medication monitor, which is in PIGAX. So the monitor is used to register and manage medications that are administered to pigs in a given farm. So remember, PIGAX, you can use PIGAX to manage multiple farms, more than one farm. However, when registering medications, when registering a medication, um, when sorry when registering a medication application, what I'm trying to say there is when administering a medication, or sorry, not administering. So first of all, you administer a medication and then you register that you have administered a medication. So that's why I use the word application. So when you apply this medication, a user should be able to register medication administration for multiple piglets. So for example, if you give an injection to your piglets for iron, you need to go to the system and say, I gave an injection to this, to so and so piglets on the 29th of March. So that is the registration of the application of that medicine. You understand? So the software should be able to do that. Not only should the software be able to do that, it should be able to do that for multiple piglets. And why? Imagine a farmer has 50 piglets. If he has to register it one by one, it's going to take a long time. So the farmer should be able to do that, to register iron that he administered to 50 piglets at once. You understand? In a single page, something like that. So that's what this is about. So a user should be able to register medication administration for multiple piglets. This will save the farmer a lot of time, especially if he has lots of pigs. Now let's look at the application. Pay attention because I'll be asking questions relating to this. So if we look at the pickaxe application, we log into it. So let's pick one of the farms. So let's go back to the user story so we understand it. So it says that the medication monitor is used to register and manage medication. If we look in our menu here, we have under events, we have pregnancy monitor, vaccination monitor, and mortality monitor. However, the medication monitor I'm talking about is actually the vaccination monitor. So that means we have to change this. But let's look at how the vaccination monitor works or the medication monitor works. The point is, we're going to see in this user story that we have to change this. So this vaccination monitor has to become, or the name has to change from vaccination monitor to medication monitor. So that's one. Secondly, how do we add a medication? You click on add new, and then you see here, you can only add one, you can only select one pig and select the medication and then the vaccination and all of that. But as we can see, for this particular farm, we can't even add select any pig. And why is that? This is very simple. You cannot select any pig because there are no pigs. So let's do that. Let's add a pig. So I'm teaching you guys this so that you'll be able to set up your environment yourself. So we're gonna go to all pigs. Let's just add one pig. So I'll call this pig pig alpha. We'll give it a tag number of 007 006 alpha, probably. It should be a female. It was given birth to say 2004, July, whatever. Is it full breed? Let's say yes, it's a full breed. We don't have a litter number for that. Let's call it a Duroc. We're gonna use it for breeding, and no group. We put it in pig pen SP1. So we have pig pen. A pen means like a cage, like a place where it's staying. And then we have to put a delivery date. So this pig was delivered into our farm, say 1st of January. So we submit. So now we have one pig. What else? Let's go to the event again. Vaccination monitor. Add new pig. So now we see we have one pig, 06 alpha, right? That we just added. Now, if we go to vaccination, we don't have any vaccination. So that means we have to, or when I mean vaccination, sorry, this has to change too. This will become medication. We don't have any medication. Let's go and look for adding medication. So I'm just going to go on the farm setup. We'll see vaccination. This has to change as well. So it will change to medication. We're going to say add new, and we're going to call this medication iron, and it's going to be given uh, after, say, it's going to be given every, say, 100, every 100 days. The dosage, say, 1 milligram, so say 1 gram. Are you gonna repeat this? Yes, we're gonna repeat it every 100 days, and don't need any description. We'll save it. So good. So we have iron now. Now, if we go back to our events, this is gonna change again to medication monitor. Go there now. You can see now that we have our vaccine there, iron. So now we say iron. We select the pig, alpha. Vaccination date is going to be probably today, 29th, and then we can add some notes. It went smoothly. Now, great. The thing there is our system already has a medication monitor. You understand? It has that. But you see, the problem here is that now I have to add it one by one. See, now I click submit, and it's here. Now I have to go to the second pig, but guess what? I have 50 pigs. I have 50 pigs. Imagine doing this 50 times. It's not efficient. So I imagine I gave my 50 pigs uh, iron vaccination or iron medication, and I have to register it 50 times. So now you're understanding what the issue is, and that's why we want this system to be built. So that is the user story. So if we go back to the user story, now that you've seen the system, you now see what it looks like. Also, on this overview page, you see that for every pig, when you register it, it will list for every pig what medication you've given them. So you see, the pig alpha got this medication. So that's what's going to happen here. If you added 50, 50 will show here. Now remember, we go back to the user story. The farmer is saying, I want to be able to register medications for multiple pigs at the same time. So instead of one by one, they want to do it at the same time. Now, what I just did now gave you guys more context about what the problem is. Remember, if you have your questions, keep them in hand because you have to understand the problem to be able to write it. But before I continue, any questions so far? Any question? Okay, I did not see any hand raised. So we go next to the acceptance criteria. If I has a question.
So not really a question. Like I want you to go back to the
Yep.
vaccination monitor again.
This part. You want to see it or you want me to explain it?
Uh, no, no, remove the add new
Oh,
this thing.
okay.
See the phone. So okay, I'll ask my question
Okay.
maybe after this.
So let's look at the acceptance criteria. Now, the first one, vaccination monitor on the menu should be renamed to medication monitor. See, I told you guys that was one issue. So this name here, vaccine monitor, should be renamed to medication monitor. On the overview page, this is the overview page. When you click on vaccine, this is the overview page. See, vaccine monitor overview. On the overview page, vaccine monitor overview should be renamed to medication monitor overview. See, that's what's happening. That's this. This has to be renamed. On the table, on the overview page, the column name vaccine should be changed to medication. If you go back there, you see this is vaccine. This should be renamed to medication because this will show a list of medication. And the reason why we are changing it from vaccine to medication is it's not every medication that is a vaccine, right? So the most appropriate name for this stuff is medication instead of vaccine. Then let's see. When you click on the add new, on when you click, sorry, when you use, no, let's sorry, when you click on add new, a pop-up window should load where the user should load. Let me a form. So let me, a form where the user can register a new medication. So they are saying if you click on this, a pop-up window should appear. So this is already happening when we click on it. Yes, a pop-up window opens where you should load the form. Okay, but more is still coming. In the let's see, in the form inside the pop-up window, rename vaccine and vaccination date to medication and medication date respectively. So that's this one. So vaccine should be renamed, vaccination date should be renamed respectively. The user should be able to select pre-registered medication. Okay, should be able to select pre-registered medication. That is this. We already have that. Um, what else? The user should be able to select a medication date. Okay, that's something like this. Okay, we already have that. Good. The user should be able to enter extra notes. Okay, that's something like this. Okay, we have that. Uh, a table of pigs should be displayed where the user can select the pigs. Sorry, a table of pigs should be displayed where the user can select the pigs the medication will be administered to. Or sorry, the pigs was the medication was administered to. So that means somewhere on this page, instead of having to select one page, we should have a table. When we talk about table in most softwares, a table means a list. I hope you guys like this is a table. So a table is usually a list of stuff like this. So let me see what's going on. So this is a table, for example. If you come up here, all pigs, this is a table. You see, it just goes on and on. So when we talk about table, that's what it means. So we go back to events. So they say here it's saying that we should have a table where we have a list of pigs, and then the user can select which pigs the vaccination is going to be given to. That's what this is about. So a table of pigs, oh, sorry, let me make it more clear. A table listing pigs should be displayed where the user can select the pigs uh, a medication was administered to. So it should look something like this. I select a vaccine, I select a date, I have a list of pigs, I add a note, and then I have a list of pigs. I can now say one, two, three, four, five pigs were the pigs that got this iron, and then I click on submit. Now let's go to the next one. The table of pigs can be filtered by all pigs or by pig pen. That means that on that table, the user should be able to filter. I hope you know what filter is. Filter means when you get a list, you can say, okay, instead of getting all the pigs, I only want pigs that belong to pig pen one, and then you filter. So I'll show you an example of a filter as well. So when we talk about filter, let me see if I can switch to a farm that has something to show. So let's go to feed manager, feed plan. So you see something up like this stuff is a filter. So for example, for this feed plan, I can say I want to show a list of stuff that happened in May in 2004. And when you select this filter, it will load all the record that happened on this date. So this is a filter. Um, yeah, let me see. Also, I'm sure if you go to your Google, your Yahoo, you see you can filter emails. You can say, okay, I want only emails that were loaded that came in yesterday. That's what you call filter. So this form, whatever we are building, or the table we are building needs to be able to have a filter. And the filter we should be able to select all pigs. That means when you select all pigs, it will filter or it will get you the record of all pigs in the farm. But the user should also be able to select by pick pen and be like, okay, I want to select. I don't want all pigs, but I want. If I select pick pen one, it will give me only the pigs, or it will show me only the pigs that are in pick pen one, so that I can select which of the pigs that was administered that medication. Yeah. Then the last one is when the user submits, the information should be registered for all the selected pigs. Any questions so far? Do you guys have a mental picture of what needs to be built? Or let me put it like this: who does not have a mental picture of what needs to be built? Raise up your hand, please. Okay, so I'll take it that we have a mental picture what needs to be built. Now, what is the assignment? Because if you have to ask questions now so that you'll be able to write better tests. Because now you guys have to write a test for this particular user story. Now, I have a question for you guys, right? I'm going to ask you guys one by one. So I remember I told you guys we already have a vaccination monitor or a medication monitor. We already have this stuff you can pop up and register monitor. We have some of these things, but here we are talking about registering multiple pigs. My question is this request a change or is it a bug or is it an incident? Again, this request here, is it a change, is it a bug, or is it an incident? I'll start with Obi.
Okay, this event is a
Okay,
change.
you keep it there. I'm going to ask you later why you think it's a change. Yeah? Sumbo, I'll go to you next. What is this request? Is it a change, a bug, or an incident?
I also think it's a
I think it's a
change.
change. Okay. We'll move to Ifine. Ifine, which one do you think it is?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
change.
Chino, what do you think it is?
I think it's a
Okay.
change also.
So if I Chino, why you at it? Why do you think it's a change? And first of all, what is a change? Or what do you understand by a change? Chino, you're mute.
Um, um, are we talking about the acceptance
Yeah,
criteria, right?
we're talking about what I just asked. So tell me what you think a change is. And just if you don't just give an answer, I want you to make mistakes or you might already know it. Just give it what you give it because you said you think it's a change, so there must be a reason why.
Um, I think it's a change because I don't think it's a bug because the a bug to me is an error. So this change can be it's a good thing or it can also it just affects the process.
Okay,
It doesn't change. It doesn't has any core change in the system. It just affects the
okay,
process.
great. All right, let's go to keep your answer in mind there. Remember, you don't know if your answer is correct or not, so please still stay with us and hear other people's answer. Obi, why do you think it's a change? You said it's a change.
Yes, it's a change because it came about because of the need for an upgrade or an enhancement So the system was working fine before, but now because there is a request to modify it to help improve the experience of the user, that's why I refer to it as
Okay.
change.
All right. If I let's hear you. I always call you last if I because you know you're already a software engineer, so I have to be careful not to give expo. That's why you mostly go last. All right. I'm just kidding. Well, go ahead.
I believe it's a change because the system is functioning fine. You just need to make some modifications to make it more user friendly
Okay.
to the user.
Sumbo, why did you say it's a change?
Yeah, I think it's a change because the farmer asked um the the pig vaccination monitor already exists, but the farmer wants something different, a way for it to be easier for him to register all the pigs instead of doing it one.
Okay. So thank you guys for your answers. However, I did not hear you guys ask me what is an incident. So am I supposed to believe everyone understands what an incident is? Somebody, do you know what an incident is?
Like a mistake
Okay,
or
you think it's a
something.
mistake. Oh, okay. So
That's
you
what I
had a
think it
preconceived
is.
notion. That's good. Obi, do you know what an incident is?
An incident is like the issue on ground right now, like what we're trying to work on.
Okay, but why did you choose it and you said it's a change? Because you said what we're trying to work on. You didn't choose it. You said it was a change and not an incident. Hold that thought. Just hold that thought. If I do you know what an incident is?
Uh,
Okay.
no, sir.
So do you know what an incident is? No, so I don't think we cannot hear you. I don't know. But I see your microphone is off, but we can't hear you. All right. So I don't know. I think Nonsense network is struggling. All right. So guys, okay. If I raise his hand up.
I'm not really sure, but I think an incident is, let me say, like an unplanned change, like something that came up
Good.
impromptu,
Okay.
like
All right.
wasn't planned.
Thank you. All right, guys. There's something I am worried about, and I want you guys to start changing it. Okay? If I say a word you guys don't understand or I've never used before, please you have to ask. It's very important. It's very important. It might be that it's I don't know, maybe you think you know it or you've heard it before in another context, but please ask. I'm throwing these words. These are tech words. Please ask. Don't just let it fly by because if you don't ask, you will not know. So it's very important, guys. Ask this. If I throw a word you don't hear, or you like, huh? What has incident got to do with what we are talking about? Because you know the word incident is an English word, but in this context, what is it? I don't understand. Please, guys, ask. Don't feel ashamed, embarrassed, or they would think someone would think I don't know the word as an English word. No, some of these words are used in a different context in tech, just like bug. Yeah, bug is very popular because you guys probably hear it in movies. But think about it. A bug is actually an insect. So if someone in it is not really exposed like that, I just say bug, the person might be thinking, "Oh, I know bug now is an insect." No, it means something different in tech. So I'm really trying to make you guys feel, I want you guys to feel very, very free to ask things you don't know. There is no dumb question. You understand? Just ask it. And if it's what you already know, you'll be like, oh, it confirms what I know. And if it's not what you know, no problem. So I use these three words because I know Some of these words you might not have known them. So please, I'm appealing to you guys. Hear a word you don't know, ask. Even if I don't know the word, we will look for it together. Now, these terms I just mentioned here, they are very, very important terms for software testers to know. Change. What is a change? So all of you got the answer right. It's a change. But the reasons you guys gave that for it to be a change is one somewhat a little bit different. So it's somewhere a little bit wrong. So let's try to explain it correctly. Now, a change. So this is how this is. Let me try to draw it. I'm an artist. Let me see if I have a blade. So I want you to visualize how software actually gets released for everybody to use. You have to keep this in mind. Generally, this is how it works. Let's say this is your software, and this outer box is the internet. Internet. So let's just say this is a pickaxe. So we have the software. This software that is now on the internet, www. This one that is accessible to everybody in the world is called production. So when you say, have you deployed the software to production? It means, have the software been made available to the whole users, to the whole world, the people that need to use it? You understand? I'm saying the whole world in terms of pickaxe. Sometimes you might be testing a software that is only used within the company. So in that context, production would be, have you made it available for the people that need to use it in the company? That's your production. This same thing, we have it also in an environment we call test environment. Test. So this is the same thing. If it was internet, we have internet, www, and then the software is inside. The same software, or sorry, not the same, but this the same software in terms of this is pickaxe. So software, but this environment is called test. That means this one is not available to the whole world. This one is available to only the developers and the testers because this is where they test their softwares. Then sometimes you also have a copy, the same idea, software, www, and then this is called developer. This is called developer. So this one, in some companies, they have it, and this is where developers put their softwares after they have designed it to test it. Now listen, this is the flow. The flow is this requirement or this feature comes in. The developers pick it up. Dev pick it up, right? The developers do their programming. They program, they fix it, they do their whole magic. When they are done and they think they have done it, what they do is they deploy the software to the developer environment. In this developer environment, they will now test it. Remember, I gave you guys access to a test environment last time. If I come back here, let me switch it. Remember, I gave you guys an access to this. This is you see the URL. It's called tests.pickaxe.com. This environment is not accessible to anybody except the people I give access to. This test environment is equivalent to this one here. See? So before a software gets to production, it has to go through different environments for it to be tested. Now, for our case study, I'm going to say the developers, we don't have a developed environment. So I thought there was an eraser here. Let me see, eraser. No, just give me a minute. Trying to clean off what I wrote here. Okay, never mind. So let's say for our own use case, we don't have a developer environment because as you can see, we have two environments. We have test and we have production, right? Now, I'm going to clean off this one. So if the developers are done programming, they will send or deploy their product to test. In this test environment, that's where the testers will now test the whole requirement that is here. Fine. After the testers test it. If they're like, wonderful, it's good, it now goes to production. That means it's now available to everyone. Now, in most bigger companies, there are other environments that it will be sent to of after the test, like an environment they call UAT, user acceptance test. But for simplicity of what we have right now, we don't have a UAT. We only have test and production. Now, why is this important? I'm going to clear this out. So we have tests, we have production, prod, and we have tests. Good. When is a feature a change? A feature is a change when, for example, this page we visited, this one, was originally designed the way it was originally asked to be designed. That means when this page was designed, let me see, when this particular feature was designed, it was designed the way the user story said it should be designed. So there was no issue. This was actually something that was asked for before. So there was not, this was like, this thing did not just come about. Somebody or the analyst already said, oh guys, can you guys build a form where user can select one pig, blah, blah. They use that. The analyst never said multiple piglets. He never said all these new things. That means when this thing was designed in the first place, it met all the requirements that was given. So that means there was no problem. And that means now that you are bringing a new requirement, it's not a bug because you did not ask us to design this in the first place. You asked us to design this particular one, and we designed it exactly the way you asked it. So it's not a bug. You're asking us now to change something that you already approved, something that was built already the right way. Now you want us to do it differently. That's why it's a change. So that means it's not an error of something. It was not like, oh, they asked us to build multiple systems and then we now designed to build single selection of pig. If that was what happened, then it's a bug. You understand? So because it's a totally new stuff that you are adding, it's not something that was supposed to be added. No, it's totally, you guys just came up with a whole new idea. Then it's a change. So you see, there's a little bit of correct answer in some of the things you say, but you have to think about it like that. Again, it's a change because it's a totally new feature that you are asking us to add. And when I mean, when I'm saying the person, when I'm saying you are, I'm talking about the business, I'm talking about the analyst. Give me 1 minute, please. Let me see what's going on with the kids. All right. So remember, I'll iterate again. A change is you are bringing a whole new stuff. Oh, sorry, I'm on mute. All right. So remember, again, a change is you are bringing or you're adding a whole new feature that was never requested before. You're just bringing something new. That makes it a change. A bug. What is a bug? Now, a bug is when, remember, I say, where's my pen? So remember, I said the dev, they program, and then they deploy to the test environment, right? And then in the test environment, the testers test it. So if the testers find an issue here, maybe for example, if we go to the requirement, it says the vaccine monitor overview should be renamed medication monitor, and the testers go to test it and they see that it's still named vaccine monitor, and they found it here on the test environment, then they register this as a bug. It's a bug here because it was found on the test environment. because it was found on the test environment. Very, very important to understand. You found this error on the test environment. It's not in production yet. The whole world does not know it. A developer fixed this, in the process of building this feature that we have here. The developer released it to the test environment for the testers to test. And the testers, while they were testing, they found out that, oh, he did not add this feature, he did not add this feature, he did not add this feature, this one is wrong. They register it as a bug. Remember, I'm repeating myself. A bug, a malfunction is a bug because it was found in the test environment. Now, sometimes after we've tested, the developers will say, oh, it's good, it's good. They will give a thumbs up that, okay, the software is working how it needs to work. However, so take for example, the testers are like, perfect, everything is working. And then the software now gets deployed to production where everybody can see it, right? But then one of the testers now realized that the vaccine monitor overview that we were supposed to change to medication overview, it was not changed. It's still called vaccine monitor. That is now an incident. Why is it an incident? It's an incident because this problem was found in production. So you see, there's no difference per se between bug and incident. The only difference is where did you find it? If you find a problem in the test environment, it's called a bug. If you find a problem in the production environment, it's called an incident. And why is it called an incident? When you find an incident in production, typically what should happen is all developers should stop what they are doing and go and fix it immediately because it's happening in production. People are using it, people are seeing it. It's stopping people from working, it's disrupting business. So everybody has to stop what they are doing and fix it before you start doing your normal chores. So when you hear incidents, it's serious, generally speaking. Now, of course, every company has the way they do it. You understand? But incident means stop what you are doing and fix. But all of them are all malfunctions. So generally people say bugs, but these terms I'm teaching you guys are something testers needs to know. If a tester is reporting something that is happening in production, he or she has to say, I found an incident in production. When you don't hear incidents, business managers are like, oh my God, where? Because it means that thing is happening from our source of income, where people are paying money. No, we have to do something about it. So they send it straight to the developers. The developer have to fix it, bam, and send it and fix that stuff. That's why it's an incident. So remember, change. Change means you're asking something that doesn't exist before. It wasn't like it's not like a bug. It's not like you told us to design A, we designed B. No, you told us to design A, we designed A, then you came and said we should design B. So that one is a change. A bug is developers designed, we tested and we found an issue. It's a bug. We send it back to developers. Please fix. What's an incident? Developers design, we test and we overlooked or we did not test it properly and the thing got deployed to production. Then we found it in production. That is an incident. Good. So that's that. So that's what I wanted you guys to know. Very important. Please take notes. These are very important terminologies. All right. So let's get to it. So what do I want you guys to do now? We have about 30 minutes. I want you guys to write tests, write a test for this user story. Now I'm going to check up on you. We're going to use 30 minutes to write this test. I will be checking up on you guys every 10 minutes to see what your progress is. You can also ask questions. If you read my acceptance criteria, something is not clear, you ask me questions. Remember, what I've been teaching you guys. If you ask questions and I tell you something different that is not here, you have to insist that I add it. Remember, I'm a business analyst right now. So, okay, are you going? You know, when I mean instance, are you going to add it? Are you going to add it to the to the user story? If you don't add it to the user story, it's not really a requirement. All right. Now, of course, I'm not. If you're working in the real world, I'm not saying you should be very rigid to your colleagues and be like, no, I'm not moving till you add it. The point is, you should just explain to your analyst and say, listen, sure you're going to add it because yeah, if you add it, then I'll be able to take it. So if he promises that, oh, don't worry, I'm going to add it, then of course you have to take him for his word. But I'm just trying to make you understand that you should take it seriously. If things are not added to the user story, someone can blame you in the future and say, why did you test that, or why did you not test that? Because in the user story it says you should test that or you should not test that, something like that. So you don't want to get into miscommunication or trouble where something is not documented. So that's why I'm emphasizing that if a user story was written and you guys, while discussing with the analyst, he changed something, you have to insist or try to make him understand that listen, I expect you that what you just told me now, what you just agreed, you're going to put it in the user story. And if he says I'm not putting in the user story, just kindly tell him, then I'm not going to test it. So and that will save you trouble a lot in the future. All right? Good. Any questions? Sumbo, you said you were confused. Any questions? Or you don't know what to do? Any questions? This is that time, huh? All right. So I would suppose everybody knows what to do. So I will give you guys from now to the next 30 minutes. Please start. I'll check up on you guys every 10 minutes. Uh, I'm going to leave this screen on. I'm going to screenshot it and put it in the app. Sorry, let me make it bigger. I'm going to put it in the group app so you can also have access to it on your phone. Should you want something closer? Let me see. Screenshot. There you are. So this is it. Um, yep. I'm gonna add it to the. Okay, so guys, start. I need it in a Word document before the lesson goes out. So I'm gonna put a timer here as well. Uh, Pomodoro. Say, can I even change this? Let's just make it. Okay. All right, guys, get to work. Ask questions in between. I'm here for you. So this is real world stuff happening. All right. Okay. Again, so we are analyzing one of the test cases that was written by Ify. So let's see. The description says verify vaccination monitor menu is renamed to medication monitor. Thank you very much. Very good. Precondition user is logged into Pigax. The steps navigate to the menu. Okay. Navigate to the menu event medication monitor. So that's this part. So I'm going to navigate. So Why do I have this image? Why do I have this website here? I'm going to follow Ifine's steps. So step one, navigate to menu. Okay, this is menu, event, medication monitor. Okay. Do I see if I do I see a medication monitor here? Yeah, yeah. No,
With
I'm
testing,
just
so we should
assuming that
see
I'm
a
testing now.
medication
I'm
monitor
following your
if we
test.
test it.
So you told me to go
Yeah.
to menu, events, medication monitor. Do I see a medication monitor here? So what do I do now? As take for example, I'm testing. What do I do
There's
now
no
since I didn't
medication
see it?
monitor.
I report it as a bug. I report it as a bug. I'm
This
trying to play a test. I'm following your script to test. So you told me to go here, go here, go here. I got here and I didn't see this. Me as a tester, I will report it as a bug because I did not see vaccination monitor. I'm just showing you how the testing works. So this is good. One line, but quite explicit. Results, menu displays medication monitor. So this is a failed test. If I was testing, take for example, this was the software that the user has sent me as a tester, and I'm testing this. This test failed. Then it's a bug. I'm going to register on my test report. I'm going to say test case MMUI001 failed because I could not find vaccination monitor. Instead, I mean, I could not find medication monitor. Instead, found vaccination monitor. So good. This is a good test. Second test. Verify overview page title is updated. Precondition. User accesses medication monitor. Okay. So okay, I can understand that. Um, I'll probably change this to user has access. So because it's possible for the user not to have access to that. All right. I would prefer you to give me more steps. I'll prefer you to give me more steps because me as a tester, if I'm a new tester now, if I'm a new tester in the team, I wouldn't know how to get here. So you say your precondition is user has access to medication. I don't even know where it is. I'm new. So I would rather you give me something similar to this. You understand? Navigate to just tell me how to get there. So I'm going to come in there. I'm going to click on events. I'm going to click on medication monitor. And if I get there, what do I see? You say when I get there, expected results, page title displays medication monitor overview. And I look at this and I see vaccination monitor overview. If I, what do I do when I see this? While I was testing it, I say what? Good. And
Register it.
why am I registering it as a bug? Because in terms of
Register it as a
environments,
bug.
because I'm testing this on my test environment. Why am I registering it as a bug and not an incident? Why am I not registering as an incident? Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Exactly. I just want you guys to get that
Because
through.
we're not
If
on
you're not testing on
production. We're
production,
on test.
it's a bug. If you're testing on production, or if you find an issue in production, it's an incident. All right. Great, great, great. I like it. So if I please adjust this one a little bit, so that it becomes a little bit of steps because a new tester was going to find this difficult to follow. You understand? So that's why you see I'm putting your test next to the website so that you can see that I want to follow what you wrote. And while I'm following what you wrote, if I get stuck, it means your test is not really very good. It's not easy for me to follow, right? So let's go to one more. Verify table column name is renamed. Precondition user views medication monitor overview. Yeah, so it's the same thing, Obi. If I give me more steps, this assumption is I might not know where this is as a new tester, right? So give me more steps to be able to find this. Okay. All right. But I like it. It's good. You have everything it needs, and it's going straight to the point. Let me just pick one from all the way under here. So let's see. This one is verify bulk medication registration. So precondition, at least two piglets exist. Beautiful. I like it. Another precondition is one medication is pre-registered. Love it. Very, 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 very good. This is very, very good. You guys understand what's going on here? If I took note that If this if the medication is empty, because we're going to change this to medication. If the medication is empty and vaccination, sorry, and there is no pigs, there's no more than one pig, you cannot run that test. You have to have more than one pigs, because that's how you are going to test if you can select two pigs. If you have only one pig, how can you check if the multi select is working? Very, very good precondition. You understand? So the test is okay. Open. Uh, okay, so I would expect more steps. So you need to be logged in. So you have to add that one as well, and show me how to get here. It would be nice. You understand? Tell me how to get here. Click on events, medication monitor, and then I click on add. So from there I click on add. Okay, select medication and date. So select medication and date. So of course I'm going to select medication and date. Then choose two piglets, add notes, click on submit. Okay, good. Post condition, new entries appear in the overview page. Very good. Same medication details applies to both pig. Beautiful note appears in both records. That's it. Very, very good test. Yeah, apart from the extra feedback I gave you. So this is how you have to think about it. Thank you. If I please complete this test, complete it. When it's done, uh, um, when you guys are done with the test, everybody have to review each other's tests. So please finish up this test tomorrow. I give you guys latest tomorrow. Finish it up and send it to me, and I will send everybody's test to each other so that you guys can put a review on it and feedback. Yeah, you guys see the way I give review, right? One of the ways to check if it's a good test is try to follow the test. Try to go online and try to follow it and see if you can understand what the person is telling you to do. If you don't understand it, then you give a review that, oh, okay, this can be misleading. This is not really clear. You can give feedback to your fellow tester that way. Love it. I also got Sumba's version. Let's see. Let me see. Sumba sent hers in. Yes. Let me pick it up real quick. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. So Sumbo has about two tests. Okay, great. So test case. First of all, I'm happy. I see text ID. So Sumbo, this was what I was trying to do. Why I opened this. No, now you have to just think about it that you gave me your test. Now me, I'm a tester. Now I'm going to follow your test. Log into Pigax. So precondition, assume that the user already logged in. So I already met the precondition. I'm already logged in. Good. So log into Pigax. Click on events. That's good. I clicked on events. Yes, I click on event. Register vaccination medication pig. Okay, Sumba, you see that? I got lost. You see? You said register vaccination medication pigs. Okay, you see that? You see, me now as a tester, I don't know what to do. I got here, I don't know what to do. Because this thing you wrote here, I cannot see it. I don't know what to do here. I'm a new tester. I don't know. I don't understand what you mean. You get what I'm trying to get you to do? Hello? Sumi, I'm not hearing you. Okay, so what do you think I'm trying to make you do here?
Yes,
Okay,
I should have written
exactly.
click on
So because
vaccine
you want me
monitor
to be able to
or
follow these steps, remember you're not
HPV
writing this test
monitor.
for only yourself. You're going to leave the company one day, and someone is going to use this your test to test. So it will be click on medication monitor, click on the add new button, then or what were you trying to test? Let me see. You're testing. Um, a user can successfully register vaccination. So yeah, what is? I also don't see you. I don't see any information about success. How do I know if it's successful? You understand? So more elaborate would work. Okay, I click on it. I fill in. I select a pig. I select a vaccine. It also boils down to what if I said there has to be a precondition. If there is no vaccine, I cannot select. If there is no pig, I cannot select. So that has to be part of your precondition. Also, in your condition, it has to also state that I'm able to select more than one pig, and when I click save, everything worked out well. So this your test needs work. Okay? Do you see what needs to happen? Okay. So let's go to the second one. What are you testing? Vaccine monitor on the menu
Yeah.
should be renamed to medication monitor. Great. The assumption is that the user is already logged in. Beautiful. So you log into Pickaxe, click on events on the menu. So, I gave a feedback about capitals, right? So remember, look at the events. The events you're mentioning here is capital E. So you want to respect that and try to put it in quotes as well, so that whoever is reading it will know that it's not a word. It's actually a thing. So it will look something like this: event. Click on events on the menu. Okay, when I click on it, so let's do that. Let's follow your instructions. So let's see. So this is how you know if your test is good. So log in, I logged in, click on events, I click on events. Uh, Expected results. You just should see medication monitor on the events. So what you mean by on the event sub menu? It's called the sub menu. Any menu that is hiding inside another menu is called the sub menu. So the user should see medication monitor on the events sub menu. So let's put this in quotes as well. On the events sub menu, and this also in quotes because this is what the person should see. So Sumbo, if I look at this now, I clicked on events, I don't see medication monitor. What do I do? If I was testing right now, I don't see. What do I do? I see vaccination. I see vaccine monitor instead of medication monitor. What do I do? It's a failed test, so I report it as a
It's failed
good. Why am I not reporting it as an incident?
as a bug
It's not on production yet. So this is a good test.
because it's
So you
not in
see, I was
production
able to
yet.
follow it, and while I followed your instruction, it brought me where I need to be. So that's how you know if your test is. And when you're writing your test, or when you're following your test, think about it that you're not the one that wrote it. Put yourself in someone else's shoe that is following your instruction. Then you'll be able to figure out if your instructions are clear or it's misleading. So that's how you have to write your test. So this is a good test. Good job. All right. So guys, remember, tomorrow is the deadline. I'm not going to give you guys any 1 week anymore. That's not happening. I need this test to be ready by tomorrow. So do it today. Tomorrow, send it to me. Then I'm going to send each of you. You guys are going to review each other's tests. You understand? And give feedback to each other. Okay? And then I'll look at everything. All right, Obi. Okay.
All right. I have a question on the requirements. So
Oh,
first
okay.
of all, we
Well,
will have to log into the Pickaxe app first to see it.
okay.
To understand it, you have to go
All
to
right.
the Add New button under the vaccine
Yep.
tour overview. Right. So if you are there, there
Mhm.
is the title of that table or that form is vaccine monitor, and observing that you want
Mhm.
all the names to be changed from vaccine to medication.
Okay,
But I
great,
don't see a
great. So
user story
what
that
what
says
you're
this table name, vaccine monitor at the top, be changed.
very beautiful. So what you mean, instead
I
of saying
don't
you
know
don't
if you
see a
want
user
us to
story, you
change
say
it
you
or
don't see
maybe
an
we should
acceptance
remove it.
criteria because it should be part of it. So that's very good. So let's add that. Let me see.
Accept.
Let's see. We have a pop-up. The form inside. Rename the window. Form inside the pop-up window. Rename vaccine. Okay. Rename. Let me add it here. The form title. Title. So the form title it's called vaccine, right? Vaccine. Let me take a look at it again. It's called vaccine monitor. Vaccine monitor. So vaccine monitor is gonna be medication monitor. All right. So now I added it. So it's going to be medication monitor, medication date, respectively. Good. Very good observation. All right. What else? Did you see any other thing? So it's a good thing. You see, I like it when you because that's exactly what's going to happen. The analyst can make mistakes. The analyst can forget, or the analyst could want it to be left there intentionally. But you check. Very good. And you see, if you ask questions like this, you are helping the analyst, and then they know that you're a good tester. You're useful to the team. So you're helping the analyst do his work better because you're not just assuming like, oh, let me ask. And look at now, you asked. It was actually an oversight. What do you think? How do you think I'll feel as an analyst? I'll feel very happy because you know why I'm going to feel very happy. If you did not ask me now, and this thing gets to production, part of the people they are going to blame is the analyst because if they try to blame the tester will say, "Listen, I did not see it in my acceptance criteria," and then nobody can blame the tester. He's right. Guess who they're going to blame next? The analyst. So if you're able to do this, give this kind of feedback to the analyst will be very happy. But regardless, if a mistake like this happens, the whole team also gets a little bit faulted because remember, nobody is an island in a team. A team is a team. So if even though they cannot blame you directly because it was not in the acceptance criteria, your team performed poorly. So helping each other, so because that's also how developers will help you as well. Analysts will help you. You to be of help to the analysts, be a help to the developers by asking questions. Is this supposed to be there? Is this intentional? That way, the analyst is going to be very happy that thank God you saw this before because it could have gone to production now and it's become an incident. And incidents are like that's scary. All right, thank you so much. Any other question, guys? Okay, Sumbo, is it very clear to you? Sumbo, you had a feedback like it's
No.
kind of a struggle for you. You're trying to find your place. Is it clear? Is there anything you want to know? You want to be clear about?
I understand. The only place I'm still struggling with is the fact that if you give us a work like this, do we
Okay.
go to
So the you
pigacts.com to
don't
be able to write a test
you
case,
don't
or we
write.
just write it
First
out
of
of
all,
our head?
let me give you the trick. Let me give you the trick. If a new feature comes, yeah, remember I want you to build something for me. I want you to change something. What is the first thing you ask? Sumbo, that was you were very famous with that. I want you to build something. I came as a business. I want you to build something. What do you ask first, Susu? Exactly. Requirements. It is from the first start as a tester.
You ask for the
If you
requirement.
if you want to know where to start writing your tests, start from your requirement. Your requirement is already giving you expo to your test. So if you look at the requirement number one, vaccine monitor on the menu should be renamed to monitor. So you already know what to do. Now, you asking, should I go to Pickaxe to check? It could be helpful because you probably want to know the steps on how to get there. So you'll be like, okay, I have to log in and I have to click on events. That's probably the reason why you want to be here because you want to see how it works. And you being here will help you know the steps you want to put together. So you'll be like, okay, first of all, I have to log in and then the user has to click on events. And when you click on events, you should see it there. Do you see the reason why you now went to Pickaxe? Yeah. But if you know the whole pickaxe process by yourself, well, fine, you can do it because now
Yeah.
you already know what needs to happen here. You pick up the second requirements. On the overview page, vaccine monitor overview should be renamed to monitor overview. So this is already your second test case. You understand? So follow your requirements step by step. Now, that is the first expo I'll give you. That's how you start. Then when you are done, another reason why you should go to pickaxe and just look around is you want to check, am I missing something? See, that was probably what Obi did. Obi looked at this and now said, okay, let me even go to this pickaxe. Okay, let me see. Let me just click around. And he realized that, this one is called vaccine monitor and we are changing everything. But I don't see this one on the requirements. You call your analyst. Guy, Alpha, are we doing this or are we living in this way? Is this intentional? You see, another reason why you visit Pickaxe. Yeah, so you visit to see, because you're like, you're see,
Yeah.
you have to be happy to look for problems. That's what testers are about. That's why you see, if you go online, you always see jokes between developers and testers. Your joy in life should be, I want to look for problems on whatever these people built. You understand? I want to look, if there's a full stop here and there's not supposed to be a full stop, it's a bug. Oh, it's a bug. It's a bug. I'm not gonna let it pass. That's your mindset as a tester. You want to look for problems. Yeah. Maybe this line move is halfway. Is that supposed to be like that? You understand? That's how you should look. You should be like an eagle eye, like you're looking at. And if you ask, they say, ah, leave it like that. And who is going to say leave it like that? Your analyst, your product owner, or someone representing the business. If they say leave it like that, fine. You put it on the typing. They asked us to leave it like that. That was it's out of scope. So your main thing is to look for problems as during testing, eh? You understand? But while writing your test, remember, while writing your test is just procedures. So you see, when Obi came here, looked at this, this was there, and now wrote a requirement for it. That means he also has to adjust his test to make sure that he tests to make sure this is changed. So that is another reason why to go through the product to see how it's working. Sometimes you might have worked for that company for a number of years. You already know how it looks and how it works off it. Now that's up to you. Then you don't have to come here and you figure it out. But it normally helps for you to go around and just click around to see, okay, how is it working now? How does it look now? Okay, I see. How do they want it to look later? That will give you an idea of sometimes of what kind of feedback to give. If something is wrong or someone forgot something, you'll be like, okay, did you think about this? This works like this. Do you understand? Great. So that's it. So again, your requirements are basically step-by-step tests. So even if I'm looking at this, if I already know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least you should have about 12 tests. Then you now think about edge cases and stuff. For example, one of the edge cases, as you can see on this form, you see the note is not required. You understand? So you can also test to make sure that even if someone does not enter this note, it should still submit when it's done, because you see this note doesn't have this asterisk, because all this, of course, this is going to go away. This one has, so you want to test to make sure that, okay, if you don't enter notes, does it say, if for example someone did not enter notes and you get an error, you have to enter notes, is a bug. Am I making myself clear? See, I'm trying to say that if you fill this in now and don't fill in notes, it's supposed to submit. Now, of course, I did not explicitly put it in my requirement, but that is a question you can ask, because you see we have asterisks here. But I'm telling you now, let me just add it to my requirements too, because like I mentioned, anything I say has to be documented. Uh, the what do you call it? The notes input field is optional. So I would say uh, select a mandatory fields include. So mandatory fields will be medication. What else? Medication, vaccine, medication date, and at least one pig must be selected. So you see, this is also a requirement. So that means, you see, I made this one optional. I could as well remove this one, Seth. This one now, I can just remove it. Since that note is not part of this mandatory field, you should also, it means that note is optional. So that means when you are testing, if you don't put this note in, it should still submit that data. So that means you can write a test on that. So you can write a test when you fill everything in, because I saw if I did that, which is good because you know that when you fill everything in. So let me just give that a quick try here. Let me use a different account. Do I have something here? Yeah. So this is the old one, eh? So let's just use this for test. Let me say 29th, and I say testing. So you do want to test to make sure that what I test here gets saved. So if I click submit, you see testing, testing. Okay, that's good. But also you want to test to make sure that it also allows me to submit even if I don't do anything, even if I don't put anything. It should still work. But what if it gave me error that no, you have to put in notes, then it's a bug. Why is it a bug? Because it's not part of the requirement. The requirement says that the only mandatory fields are just this ones. You get it? So what I'm saying is fine. It doesn't mean you have to have exactly the same number of this. In some cases, you might even have more tests because you have to look at edge cases. I'm like, okay, the happy flow is that someone fills all of this in. The edge case is that someone fills only the mandatory fields in. If you fill only the mandatory fields in, it should still work. So you want to also test that because if I leave this empty and it does not submit and it tells me no, I must fill in the note field, then it's a bug because it's not part of the requirement. So get it. Any questions? Suma, does that help you? Did this my explanation, did it guide you to know why and when you have to visit the application itself to see things? Was it of help? Oh, all right, all right. I didn't hear very much from Abinton. I don't know if she's in this
Yeah,
meeting, but
thank
Abinton,
you.
I do expect to see your assignments tomorrow. We all learn by doing, and if there's any course or profession where you learn by doing, it is the tech industry. Be it programming, be it testing, be it any of this. You don't learn by theory. You learn by doing. So I don't. I'm not really. I'm not really here to check who is the best and who is not the best. No, I'm interested in you guys actually putting in work, doing, because it's by doing that you get better, and it's by doing that you'll be able to get those or secure those jobs that we're talking about. Because I want you guys to really get uh, try to put this to get a job or at least take an exam for this. All right, so I'll leave you guys for the weekend. Thank you guys so much. It was quite exciting. I hope. And another thing, this is a real stuff. After you guys write this test, I'm busy building this feature now. When I'm done, you guys will test it. And guess what? You are going to test it with someone else's test script. So you're not going to use your test script to test it. For example, I'm going to give Ifeanyi your test script. Ifeanyi is going to use your test script to test this stuff when I finish building it. So this is a real world stuff. And also, we actually got this request from one of our users, and that's why we are busy building it. All right. So thank you. This is you guys getting the experience you guys are going to write in your CV. Like, oh, I have experience. This is it. You guys are really doing real world stuff. So please take it seriously. All right. Thank you guys so much. I wish you guys a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, I need my assignments in. Have a good day and a good weekend. Bye, guys. Bye.